A boob tube.
So fire.
Collaboration. Fair use warning. August 6, 2022. Sixteen-year-old Kiely Rodni of Truckee, California was reported missing after she did not return home from a senior farewell party allegedly located at Prosser Creek Reservoir in the Tahoe National Forest. Her family posts their first desperate pleas on Facebook, asking for those who may have seen her to come forward and report any information to local authorities. She was last seen between 1 and 1:30 a.m. leaving the party. According to initial reports by family, close family friends, and multiple news agencies, California Highway Patrol and Placer County were reported to have already been searching extensively for the missing teen. An Amber Alert was never issued. An unprecedented 44-agency search, including the Department of Homeland Security and 50 FBI agents, lent their expertise in an effort to locate Kiely. Tragically, the search ended on August 21st, 2022, when a volunteer dive team, Adventures with Purpose, found a silver Honda CR-V with matching California plates 55 feet from shore and just 10 to 14 feet below the crystal clear sloped water surface in Prosser Reservoir, which had been thoroughly searched by multiple well-trained agencies and cleared prior to their arrival.
Kiely was born and raised here. She is this community.
Flight Path 1, Placer County, August 7th, 2022. N911WL.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I mean, we literally had people swimming in the water looking down so that we didn't disturb the ground initially.
This is your kids. These are the parties your kids are going to. When your kids become 16, where are they going to go?
The DHS 50 FBI agents, Nevada and Placer County Sheriff's offices, and 40 other asset agencies, including Lake Tahoe's world-renowned search and rescue team, set out to find Kiely Rodni, fully equipped with state-of-the-art technology, advanced training, and great expertise.
44 agencies search high and low, in the air, on the land, and in and on the water, with no avail.
My daughter's a straight A student on her way to UC Santa Cruz, you know? She was at 16, she's 16 going to college, you know? This is Tahoe, this is supposed to happen here, you know?
It was as if Kiely Rodni and her vehicle vanished into thin air after leaving that alleged party.
We're utilizing resources from the local, state, and federal level to help us with the search. We are using aircraft from CHP, Washoe County, Placer County, and from the Office of Emergency Services.
So you have to ask yourself whether or not you should share some information about what happened. You've already answered the question.
Flight Path 1, Placer County, August 7th, 2022. N911WL.
A diving operation like that is really almost like you're going into the water blind, and they're basically searching with hands. The area has been walked, driven, flown, grid searched. You know, at this point, we're looking for small and anything evidence-wise, as opposed to cars, people, things of that nature, even phones. We're trying to make it even tighter.
I just want her to come back and be okay, and just to know that she's loved. I
We just want her home. We're so scared and we miss her so much and we love her so much. And Kiely, we love you. And if you see this, please just come home. I want nothing more than to hug you. And if anybody else out there, if you know where she is, if you know anything about where she might be, if you have any ideas or thoughts, please come forward and share them. And we're not looking to bust anybody else or get anybody in trouble. We just want to see our daughter home.
I had asked her for a ride home when we were in the car because my ride was leaving and I wanted to stay at the party longer. And so then we ended up splitting up in the party because I went to go find another ride when we got back into the party after leaving the car, so that we could sorry, my mind is
Talk about how you're feeling. Acknowledge that you might be having a hard time sleeping or that it's bringing up a lot of fear and anxiety for you. Reach out for help.
I definitely feel like that in this current situation that she's safe. I don't know where she is. We don't have anything to go off of at this point, but I fully believe that she's alive and well.
The day of the party, I hung out with her. We made creme brulee. She was, everything was normal. I would have noticed if something was slightly off.
She was on a family plan with Verizon. It was in the grandfather's name. It was as simple as going to the Verizon store and getting a bill and being able to see all the activity.
And also giving out centers in their teen center every afternoon for anybody that wants to stop by.
Because nobody has said that they saw her leave.
People who are here illegally or legally, they're not documented with their family and things like that. They typically kind of know that they'll run down what can get them in trouble. Or maybe they use a family friend that does have their business in the store, or maybe this happen and that can be reported again anonymously through a third party, and they kind of refuse to provide that information. So I think there's strategies that maybe people can utilize that they're really afraid. I had a lady yesterday come up to me and give me a third-party information about an area to check. I wrote down the clue with the tip, and I basically did the same as the tip line when we go to fed it into the machine, and the folks that are tracking all the tips and everything let it in. It doesn't have to be we're tracking everything. We want clues. So even if somebody calls that, yeah, we're going to have a phone number, whatever, you can call from a store, you can call from a payphone. There's some drastic methods to take if you're really, truly afraid and need to be anonymous. I get that. If you saw something gruesome, then I get that. I just want to say we don't have a crime scene or something like that either. I don't want people to immediately go down that awful role of humans.
I am in contact with the deputies, I'm in contact with the detectives, I'm in contact with the FBI, everybody. I am the person these kids need to be going to. I wanted to reiterate this to all of the adults, all of the parents. Please do not come to this. You can drop off your kids, but drive away. Drive away as far as you can so that they cannot see you, you cannot see them, you can't do anything.
Definitely, I was getting a gut feeling during that party that something just didn't feel right.
And then we went to her car to charge her phone, and we were talking about just random stuff, and then it's kind of hard to remember. And so, we were talking about her texting her mom and her charging her phone and stuff, and just about the party in general. And then
We got home around 11 and she sent me a text at 11:30 telling me that she was going to be leaving at about 12:15 and coming home.
What do you guys do about the party? You learned about the party after, no anything at all. You knew somebody who went, you knew somebody who's planning on going, you knew any drugs or alcohol that was there, you knew somebody who brought somebody, anything at all. Even if you do not know Kiely, you never met Kiely, you have no idea what's even going on, you knew about Prosser, please come to me.
we had a few other friends in the car, and then we all decided to go back to the party. she was not being driven home and she was not driving. So, okay, at the end of the party when I saw her, she was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later. And I figured she would be staying there or she would find a ride home because she's a smart girl. She's smart enough to know she's smart.
Pam never told me, I knew she said there were friendly fights and she had planned some of them.
And her mother tells us Kylie has been wearing these necklaces for the past month. She hasn't taken them off. We just wanted to make the public aware of this. If for any reason any of these necklaces are spotted somewhere, to please call us right away so that we can take a look and confirm whether or not these were in fact your necklaces.
She might have said it 4 weeks ago as a quick, we're going to have a party at the Boca or at the reservoir.
And we realized that there was an interest from Adventures with Purpose. We did link up that group with Sergeant Mike Powers with the Placer County Sheriff's Office. They had lots of communication as they were going to be traveling to this area, and then a lot of detailed information that was shared that wasn't necessarily out to the public yet.
The FBI and Nevada County and Placer Sheriffs came to me and to David, her grandfather, and said, what did they disclose to you about the AAA lead? And here's another thing about it too that makes it a little suspect. There was a lead in Boca at the very beginning. Somebody at campground, at that same campground, thought they may have seen her.
My name is Nick. I work at the Emergency Roadside Assistance Program. I got a call up in Truckee at Boca for a battery call, so pretty much that means that the vehicle can't start. So,
and it wasn't, I don't think a lot of people know about it, but it wasn't a super secret thing. In fact, the grandfather and her father went there themselves and talked to the campground people. So I think maybe it was building on that, maybe building on that lead.
I copy, and 279 if you could respond as well. 2650 Arrow Creek Parkway. It's a park in front of the gated house for security for a 1037 subject acting erratically. Possibly related to a missing subject out of Placer County. Missing subject first name Kiely, and the vehicle is a match.
And the event data recorder in the car. The car did have one. So we know, they know when an event happened, at what time, and they, and the thing is we can't ruin people's lives. There's nothing besides what this guy says, which, trust me, if they had seen a video, even if Kylie was still alive at Boca on Saturday, like I said, if somebody did this to her, they need to pay.
She's in the back of the vehicle. She's not in the driver's seat. The vehicle's upside down. One window is halfway down. One window is all the way down. It looks suspicious to me.
Right there is the red thing. How the could they have missed it?
The family doesn't want this to be that one of her friends killed her, and they don't want to ruin anybody's lives.
So at about 12:36 a.m., I have the last call to her, and I was the last person pretty much who knows what was happening.
And then when I left the party, we were pretty much on 89 with my ride, and she called me as I was in the car in the passenger seat, and she was like, "Hey, where are you? Do you still need a ride home?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay. I'm in the car right now. I'm getting driven home now."
Working with the FBI. The last information we have from cellular data is the 6th at 33 minutes after midnight.
On that day on Sunday, I had heard from Kylie's grandfather early in the morning, like 6 a.m., and he said, "Hey, would you meet me at Coldstream, which is meaning that's their lodge, at 6 p.m. tonight. He's like, I just want to talk about what can we do, and I said, sure. So I was going out searching, and then now at that moment he was at a different property he has, so we had like email access. And so then about 12:45, I got an email from him. He just has a flip phone, so he doesn't text or anything. And it just said, Prosser 1 p.m. So I was already out there, and was like, okay. And so I was at the area kind of below the party location, like at that point, where she was found. If you follow the beach down, then there's another point like that. I was kind of in between the two on a road, and I ran across David, or he ran across me. I was parked and searching, and he's like, hey. And so we started chatting, and then about I actually then sent a drone up while we were talking, and then about 4 or 5 minutes, and I could see Adventures with Purpose actually, and about 4 or 5 minutes later, a quad runner comes up, the guy in the helmet, but he's got like a flak jacket and he's got a pistol on. So I'm like, oh, okay, so this is gonna be the feds telling me take the drone down, and he gets off, he takes the helmet off, and it's Daniel, it's her father, who I'd met before, So he's like, hey, so we all started talking, and we were there for at least a good hour or so, and then they had not seen the photos. The photos that Sammy had put out.
False. 100%.
There's one that's like a kind of like a panoramic, like the 20 or 30 kids, in the forest, which kind of looks like
Fake news.
Like 1990s Nirvana type. So I was showing them that, or actually I was telling them about it, and they had not seen it. So what we decided we were going to do is they wanted to go find those trees, those exact trees that were in that photo, and see if that was actually taken up there. So we were mapping that out, and just as we were getting ready to get in the car and go up there, I got a call at 2:48, and Adventures with Purpose found her.
It was scary.
Call the authorities.